Hey guys, from the last video I made, I'm not the brightest bulb in the room. Here's the one that I had on here to begin with. I had to crack. But the piece that holds this to the steering wheel, mine was good. It didn't have any broke little prongs on it. So I took the back off mine, off this one originally on there, took this off and stuck it on here. It just folds up and under here like this, and put it on here. So I got a win-win situation going on here. I'm real proud I even thought of that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not the brightest bulb for sure. And excuse me for the pollen. Man, I'll tell you, it's bad around here. I got old Pooter out here with me. And always like him to be here. I have been working on this rubber around here on my truck, this 84 Chevrolet truck. It had split right down through here, and it was hanging over on the windshield. I could see it when I was driving, probably hanging over about that much on the window as I was driving down the road. And there's a lot of birds around here. Anyway, if you're wondering what all that is, it's because I got some of this Gorilla Glue, the clear. Now, if you get the orange, or I think it's orange, bronze colored Gorilla Glue, make sure you get the clear. In my opinion, get the clear. If you get the other, it's real good Gorilla Glue too, let me tell you, but it expands. When you put a dot on, it'll expand. This clear does not. What little bit you put on there, if you just want a little dab, that's all you're going to get's a little dab. But the other kind expands out pretty big. They're both really good glues, but I have put some glue around this weather stripping down through here. Used to, I would just tear off the weather stripping and go on, but then you got the wind noise, and I'm trying to eliminate some of that on this truck. So I put some Gorilla Glue down through here on my rubber, and got some painter's tape, and it's holding it in this little clip here, paper clip, or my thing, whatever you call it. It's been a really good friend, because that's what held it in place till I got my painter's tape on there. So I've been doing that, and that's took me quite a while. I got me a razor, and I got to clean the windows. Somebody had a sticker on the outside on the back window there that I don't know what it was. It was just, I don't know. So couldn't read it, didn't make no sense or anything. It's just, I guess, been on there a long time. Got me a razor and got it off. Kind of cleaned up the truck a little bit from all the pollen. And my next thing I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to put me some car wax on here and get some steel wool, some real fine steel wool, and just clean my whole windows inside and out, because there's no protection on it, and there's a lot of things I believe some car wax and some steel wool would get off pretty easy and have a really clear window. I'll show you what I've done on this side. Might as well introduce you to Miss Kitty if she'll do anything. All my pets are fakes. Okay, that's good. Okay, Miss Kitty's going to make a lot of racket since I petted her. I hope y'all don't laugh, but as I've said in my videos, I'm a man on a budget. A real budget. I can't just run out and do things. I would like to, but I can't. I'm a man on a mission that's on a budget. So I had a big old gap right here. And okay, I had a big old gap in here between the window and the rubber, and it was making a wind noise. Now, I've tried to buy this whole piece from LMC and other places that might have this whole vent window assembly, because this rubber, my friend has told me, it took him about a whole day, and he's a pretty patient, smart guy. Well, Tim Dixon at Gas Axe Chop Shop on Facebook, you can check him out. Anyway, it said it took him and another guy about a whole day to do all this, put new rubber in. So I was just going to buy the whole window assembly, the vent window with all the rubber already installed for about, I think it's about $200 a piece. So everybody's out of stock on that. So I'm assuming nobody wants to, must be a real job, do it. So what I've done is I got me some duct tape. I got me some electrical tape. And I rolled it up into a real thin, kind of like, about the size of a toothpick, maybe a little bit bigger around through here. And I crammed it in here, in between the vent window frame and the rubber, trying to eliminate some of the noise. And I got some electrical tape, and I put on here. And, I don't think anybody would notice it. I don't know. But in the meantime, while I was doing that, when I got done with that, I should say, I got some linseed oil, and I rubbed on here. I'm trying to rejuvenate some of this rubber where it looks good and black again. I went all around. Some of it's not completely dried yet. Went around my doors. Here some, and I had to put it on a couple times. Put it around my windshield, and some of it's already drying. You can see it, but man, I tell you what, it made a world of difference. And this rubber, if you think about it, this truck is an '84, so it's a pretty old truck, and this rubber's got to be thirsty. So I gave it a good drink of linseed oil, and I put it on here, and it'll dry, and it'll leave it pretty shiny. I went over it a time or two just to make sure I gave it plenty to make it look black and kind of absorb some of the moisture from the linseed oil. Kind of rejuvenate it there a little bit. You can kind of see how much better it looks as compared to this side over here. I haven't done it yet because I've got this tape and stuff on it, so I'm going to have to wait. But you can see how, it just looks really dry. I've done this part on here, and a good friend of mine was this little bitty screwdriver. I got it and went down through the cracks and got most of the dirt. And in this case, pollen's really bad here. Got most of it out. And then I got me what the heck did I do with it? Well, I had to get a stepladder. And I put linseed oil in these little bottles like this. It's a whole lot easier to manage. I tried using a sponge, and I couldn't really control the sponge. I was trying not to get it on the windshield and all over the truck. So this wound up being one of my good friends. Boy, it's really soaking it up, isn't it? Putting it on again, I might have to do another coat. But anyway, I'm trying to make the rubber look somewhat new and take in some of this moisture. So, man, we got some loud birds here. There's always something going on. But anyway, I'm just out here kind of piddling with this old truck. I really enjoy doing stuff like this, and I'm sorry I don't know how to edit, so I have to put up a couple of 2 or 3 videos to show you what I'm doing. I hope you don't mind. I hope you like my dog Pooter, and I hope you like Miss Kitty. They're pretty good animals. They don't eat nothing, and I don't know why. I guess I'm just simple-minded, but that stuff always makes me laugh. I'm considering turning this truck around here after a while if I get a few more minutes, and I might change some of this stuff out. I got some new tail lights that I bought a long time ago, and I got a new piece here, aluminum piece that goes on the tailgate. And if you look at my other videos, you'll see I got these pieces too. I'm thinking about putting them on. I'm wanting to paint the tailgate the same as the truck, but I haven't got around to buying the paint yet. But I was going to hold off on doing that, but you know what? Unless I change my mind, I might just put the stuff I have on here, the newer stuff. Everything on this truck is used, by the way. There's nothing new on it. And put the better piece on and the new taillights. I beg your pardon, I did buy some new taillights. They were like $20 for the both of them. And I just couldn't pass that up. I mean, that's cheap enough. But I'm trying to brighten up, bring out some of the colors in the old truck where it looks like it's, as I've said before, I try to make old trucks and old cars look like they've got some life left in them, that they're not left for dead and stuff. If that makes any sense. You know I'm a nut, and if you're a new person watching my videos, you might as well know right up front I'm kind of a nut. But I might do all this today. It just depends on how much time I got left. The day is slipping by. And speaking of that linseed oil, I put some on a, forgot about Pooter. Anyway, I put some on this Ranger, I think Sunday. This was all dry. And you can see how shiny it looks. I put it on the door handles. On this plastic, and this mirror was all dried out looking. Put it on here. And I put it on the other side too. And I mean, it's been sitting outside for, what's today? Tuesday. It's been sitting outside since Sunday. Well, it sits outside all the time. But I put this on Sunday, and it's still looking good. As I said, I might have to put some more on that windshield on this truck. And when this Gorilla Glue dries, I'll take all this off and I'll put some right here, try to make it look good. I put it on the back too, back here around the back, just to try to make it look like it's got some life. And you know what? As I've said before, you cannot hurt these old trucks. They're just, this is what I call a shop truck. It's never going to win an award. It's never going to do, be anything other than what it is now. And, it's got dents and scrapes, and a lot of dents and scrapes, and here, there, and everywhere. But, for my purposes, I mean, I'm not afraid to get out in there. Every time I've had something nice, somebody tries to hit me or run over me, or I've had little old ladies pull out in front of me, and so hopefully that's not going to happen with this one. I like this one just the way it is, and I'm grateful to my friend that had these wheels that I bought from him. It really made a world of difference in this old truck. Okay, I'm going to try to count good this time. Please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and subscribe. I sure would appreciate it. My wife thinks I waste a lot of time on these videos, but it's kind of like a story, and if you keep up with the story, it gets kind of interesting. And to me, this stuff right here is interesting to me. Hey, y'all have a good day. I'll see you later.